John Travolta.
John Travolta's life has always unfolded in chapters filled with brilliance, risk, devotion, and deep emotional cost. From a gifted child dancing in a small New Jersey living room to a global icon who defined entire eras of film and music, his journey has never been simple. Yet behind the fame lived a man shaped by love, loss, faith, and resilience. As he enters a quieter phase of life, people have begun reflecting not just on his legendary career, but on the weight he has carried for decades. This story is not about endings or fear. It is about understanding the full human journey of someone the world thought it already knew. Roots of a performer, born from family and music. John Travolta's beginnings were humble but filled with creative energy. Growing up as the youngest of 6 children, he was surrounded by sound, movement, and imagination. His mother's love for theater shaped the atmosphere of their home, turning everyday moments into performances. Music echoed through the house, and young John absorbed it naturally. Those early experiences gave him a sense of belonging and purpose long before fame arrived. Even when money was tight, creativity was abundant. Watching his mother rehearse and teach acting planted something deep inside him. It showed him that expression could be survival. These early years formed the emotional foundation that would later define his performances. Long before cameras or applause, he learned that storytelling could be both escape and connection. That lesson stayed with him through every stage of his life. Pain, bullying, and the birth of Inner Strength School was not a safe place for Travolta. He faced bullying for his appearance and speech, and those experiences left real emotional marks. Yet instead of breaking him, they quietly redirected him. Performance became a refuge. Acting allowed him to transform pain into expression and fear into confidence. At home, he entertained his siblings, turning hurt into humor. His mother recognized that spark and encouraged him to pursue theater seriously. On stage, he felt powerful in a way he never did in the classroom. That contrast taught him something vital. Identity could be reclaimed. What once made him feel small became the source of his strength. Those early struggles shaped his empathy as an actor, allowing him to portray vulnerability with honesty. They also taught him resilience, a trait that would carry him through far greater challenges later in life. Choosing risk over comfort in New York City. Leaving school at a young age to chase a dream in New York required courage most teenagers do not have. Travolta stepped into uncertainty with little money and no guarantees. He lived simply, worked exhausting jobs, and took every opportunity to learn. Those years were defined by survival, not glamour. He washed dishes, slept in cheap rooms, and attended acting classes whenever possible. Each day was a test of belief. Instead of seeing hardship as failure, he treated it as training. The city taught him discipline, humility, and patience. Mentors helped him refine his craft while warning him about the harshness of the industry. He listened. Those early sacrifices built a quiet confidence. They taught him that success would never come without cost, and that grounding himself mattered more than chasing quick recognition. Breaking through and learning the price of fame. Early stage roles and television appearances finally opened doors, but success arrived fast and loudly. When he landed his breakout television role, his life changed almost overnight. Fame brought opportunity, money, and influence, but it also brought pressure. Suddenly, expectations followed him everywhere. He learned quickly how fragile success could be when projects failed or roles disappeared. Even as his popularity soared, instability lingered underneath. These moments taught him that fame was not protection, it was exposure. Instead of becoming careless, he became cautious. He studied his craft more seriously and paid attention to how choices shaped public perception. This awareness would later influence many of his decisions, sometimes helping him, sometimes haunting him, but it always kept him thinking beyond the moment. Redefining a generation through film and dance. Travolta's rise in film transformed him into a cultural symbol. His performances captured emotion, rhythm, and authenticity in a way that felt revolutionary. He did not just play characters, he embodied eras. His physicality, movement, and emotional honesty made audiences feel seen. The impact of his most iconic roles went beyond box office numbers. They shaped fashion, music, and identity for an entire generation. Yet behind the scenes, the pressure to maintain that image was intense. He pushed himself physically and emotionally, often ignoring pain. Those choices created unforgettable performances but also reinforced a pattern of self-sacrifice. Still, his commitment to authenticity never wavered. He wanted his work to feel real, even when the spotlight was blinding. Career missteps, regret, and resilience. Not every decision brought success. Some choices led to missed opportunities and public criticism. Travolta experienced the sting of rejection and the weight of regret, especially when turning down roles that later became legendary. These moments did not destroy him, but they stayed with him. They shaped his humility and reminded him that no career is immune to misjudgment. Financial challenges and professional setbacks forced him to reassess control and trust. Instead of retreating, he learned. He took responsibility and adapted. These chapters revealed his resilience. He did not chase validation blindly. He searched for meaning in his work even when the industry turned cold. That persistence would eventually lead to one of the most respected comebacks in modern film history. Love, faith, and the anchor of family. Kelly Preston entered Travolta's life during a period of uncertainty and became his emotional anchor. Their relationship was built on shared belief, stability, and deep loyalty. Together, they created a family that grounded him beyond Hollywood. Fatherhood softened him. It reshaped his priorities and influenced the roles he chose. Family became his refuge when the industry felt unforgiving. He willingly stepped back from major opportunities to protect that space. These choices rarely made headlines, but they defined who he was becoming. Love gave him balance and faith offered structure. For the first time, success was not just about career momentum, it was about presence, commitment, and building something lasting beyond fame. Unimaginable, loss, and private grief. The loss of his son marked a turning point that words cannot fully capture. It reshaped Travolta in ways the public only glimpsed. Grief followed him quietly, changing how he moved through the world. Later, the loss of his wife deepened that wound. These tragedies were not moments he performed through. They were moments that stripped him down to his humanity. Despite public attention, his grief remained deeply personal. He chose dignity over spectacle. Instead of retreating entirely, he leaned into service, family, and faith. These losses softened him, but they did not erase his capacity for love. They taught him the fragility of life and the importance of presence. Later, career, reflection, and quiet purpose. In recent years, Travolta's choices have reflected introspection rather than ambition. He no longer chases dominance in the industry. Instead, he selects moments that feel meaningful. Philanthropy, mentorship, and family now carry more weight than box office numbers. He has spoken less, but when he does, it feels intentional. This shift has prompted concern among some, but it also signals peace. Aging has brought clarity. His legacy is secure. What matters now is authenticity, healing, and honoring those he has loved and lost. This phase is not about disappearance. It is about redefining purpose on his own terms. Understanding the man beyond the icon. John Travolta's story is not one of decline, but evolution. Every chapter carries both light and shadow. His life reflects what it means to live fully, imperfectly, and honestly. Fame did not protect him from pain, but it also did not define his worth. What endures is his humanity. As people reflect on his journey, it becomes clear that strength is not found in constant visibility, but in endurance. His story invites empathy rather than fear. It reminds us that behind every legend is a person still learning how to live, love, and let go.